Hey y'all, what's going on? I can actually put this right here without screwing up too much stuff. There we go. Hey Ryan. I need to. Oh no. Oh well, that'll have to do for the day. How's everybody doing today? Over here working out kinks, being on late. Working out kinks, getting on late. Check me out. I was. So you guys know I went to tennis last night, right? And I was at tennis doing, tennis stuff. And dude, I started like running around and I was like freaking dying over there. Am I hurting today? Hell yeah, I am. Thank you so much, Trent. I'll turn 1 second. Sorry. So I was hurting like hell yesterday after tennis because I was just like, man, like I was like out of breath. I was freaking dying. And so I decided now I need to get my cardio up. Um so I decided I was going to do that today. I was going to go lift and then I was going to go do cardio stuff. Anyway, so that was a bad choice. Cuz I decided not only was I going to hit the elliptical, but then after that, I was going to go on a little jog with Summer. And we got back like maybe, I don't know, an hour before I was supposed to be live. And it took me a good half an hour to catch my breath afterwards. So that's why I was late, because it took me a half an hour to catch my breath, and then I freaking was just heavy breathing for another half an hour. So, anyways, I'm fat, and that's most of that conversation. I'm fat. That's most of that conversation. We don't need to go anything more with that. So now I'm trying to build my cardio back up, is what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to build my cardio back up a little bit. I'm not going to call it like a New Year's resolution, because I didn't decide it before the New Year started or even directly after. It was literally just yesterday after freaking. So, anyways, I said to start my cardio a little earlier. I said to start my cardio a little earlier. Maybe I can make sure I make it on time. Yeah, I stopped doing a lot of cardio, but I sound miserable when I talk about it, but I have like arthritis in my knee, I have arthritis in my back, I have freaking, degenerative disc disease. I have all sorts of shit. So I don't run often, but I'm trying. I'm trying to build it up a little bit. We'll see if I get there or not. I'm sure I'll get there eventually. And if I lose a few pounds in the process, I also won't be mad at that, you know? Yeah, if I lose a few pounds in the process, I'm not going to be mad about it. Yeah, I got told I really shouldn't be running. I should do a lot more like low impact stuff, like, like elliptical and stuff. So I try to do that. I don't know. I just felt like I had a moment of just being stupid. That's what happened. I was just stupid for a second. Where I was like, let's go run. Let's go do that. That sounds fun. Stupid. Maybe swimming, it would be easy on your joints. Well, first of all, who says I know how to swim? Okay. I'm joking. I do know how to swim. But but regardless of that, I do know how to swim. That was a joke. All right. But like I don't know how to swim like well enough to be like recreationally doing it. I don't know. I just do the elliptical. I just like that's fine with me. Low impact. It's at my gym that I'm already at. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't have to go find a pool, you know? But it's not that it's the worst idea. I just like I don't want to go find a pool. I feel like the reason I chose my gym, like truly the reason why I chose my gym, it's not even that it's the nicest gym. It doesn't have every piece of equipment that I like. It none of those things. It doesn't have any other thing like the telltale signs of a gym that I really like. But it is right next to my house. And so I go there just because I'm too lazy to go any further. All right. I'm just too lazy to go. It's just like, it's there. So that is my entire qualification for for what do I need in a gym? Close. You don't go often. I used to go 6 days a week and I would be there for like 2.5 hours a day, but I just got so busy. If I can get there 4 days a week for an hour, I'm pretty happy with myself. Yeah, Corey, like literally, like my walking path for summer is further, like goes further than my gym is away from my house. Like literally, we when I take Summer for a walk, we walk past my gym and then keep going for like a while and then turn back around. That's how close it is. Like for a while. Like it's not even like a little bit. Like we keep going for a bit. Yeah, that it's super close. It's super close. It's awesome. Well, anyways, welcome in everybody. I really appreciate you guys being here. Thank you guys so much. As you guys are coming in, if you guys are on the TikTok side, please double tap that screen. I really appreciate that. Let's go ahead and run this thing up to that first 50,000. Get this thing moving. Hey, Tara. If you are on the YouTube side, please make sure you go in and hit that like button. I don't know why I end up with like 70,000, like views, and I know like 1,000 of you guys are watching me for an extended period of time, and yet I have 400 likes at the end of the live. I don't understand it. It doesn't make any sense to me. But if you guys could help me out by doing that, I'd really appreciate that. Also, of course, as always, I do have super chats, super stickers, all that fun stuff. Help support the live. I really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. I have the little hearts as a live gift goal over on TikTok. I'm trying to light up my gallery, and this is one of, I think, 4 I have left. So if anybody wants to send me, like, I think 2 of these or something, that's really helpful to help light up the gallery. So I really appreciate that. 2? Yeah, somebody has to send 2 of those. Then we got the hard ones. These are the last easy one. Then we have the hard ones. But, yeah, I really appreciate you guys. Thank you guys so much for being here. We're about to open up the phone lines, get this thing going, get this thing moving. Thank you so much, Mishi, for lighting that up for me. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. I'm gonna throw the hard ones out there now, because might as well try. Might as well try to get there. might as well give it the old college try. Yeah, we'll go with, let's see. Let's see, what's the hard ones? Got that one here. We'll throw this one out there. See? I can give it a shot. Got to keep this thing lit up. I got to keep competing with other creators like myself who somehow light this thing up every single day. I don't know how they do it. All right. I'm just trying to keep up the pace. But more importantly, y'all, if you're new here, please make sure you guys hit that follow button, hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications. That way you know when I go live, when I post content, when I do all of those things. Thank you, Jen. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. W's the chat for Jen and for Mishi for helping me light that thing up. Big W's in the chat for both of them. Thank you so much for that, Galaxy. So yeah, if you guys like, like to support the live, make sure you guys hit that follow button, hit that subscribe button, all that fun stuff. So I really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. All right. Well, I already don't like the way that is set up, so that's okay. We'll go over here with this. All right. Phone lines are now open, so we can get this thing a little bit started. Uh-oh. Why couldn't I hear that? I don't like that. Why couldn't I hear that? What happened? You guys can hear me all right, right? Oh, something happened when I got a new monitor. Hello, how are you?
Yeah, it's good.
Hi, how old are you?
I'm 19. Actually, I'm 20. Why?
Do you not know how old you are?
Well, I forgot for a second. I'm 20 though.
Dude, you're still on fingers and toes. It shouldn't be that hard to figure out at this point.
Facts.
All right.
So what's the question? Just why do we like them? Because I can't give you the answer. I can say why I don't like them though. I used to be a supporter in the last 2 years, and then I kind of turned it around.
And then you grew a brain?
Yeah, literally, basically what happened. I'm quite a smart person.
I'm pretty sure they say that. I'm pretty sure that they say, isn't the male's brain like it takes until like they're like 25 to fully develop? So maybe he just had
so maybe it was a little bit of that.
Maybe he grew the part that had common sense and logic and humanity in it. So that's pretty cool. I don't know which parts grow.
It was actually, I will say, it was a growth of like importance of humanity and understanding and empathy. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, I do know what you're saying. That is a very important thing. Yeah.
I'll say though, I lived overseas a lot of my life, like as an expatriate kid, and the rhetoric of the no wars rhetoric was very like convincing to me. That's kind of what tricked me into supporting him for a bit there. And then once you support one thing, you're kind of trying to defend him with all these other things. But it was really started there.
Yeah, that no wars. How's that no wars thing working out for you?
Well, I don't support him anymore, so. But I also didn't vote, thankfully. I'm glad I didn't, but I did spread his rhetoric a little bit.
Well, normally, sir, I would be very down on somebody who didn't vote. But in your case, I'm going to give you a pass, and I'm going to be totally okay with you not voting. So, since you would have been for Trump, but I do really appreciate that. Thank you for coming over back to the light side over here. I am going to hang up and move on to the next person, but I hope you have a wonderful day. Okay.
All right, peace, bro. All
right, man. Yeah, I mean, I'm glad we got there. It took a second for him, but we got there. It's the thought that counts, right? It's the thought that counts. At least he didn't vote for him. So that's not nothing. That's not nothing, right? I get props with that. Anyways, y'all, if you still support Trump, go ahead and call in or join that guest request box, and we'll get this thing moving. We did have a few people in the guest request box. I swear, like TikTok, it like doesn't actually have like Trump supporters on it anymore. It's just trolls. I think at this point, I think the whole thing is just trolls. I'm pretty sure. Fly Guy, thank you so much for the floating heart. I do really appreciate that. Validor, thank you so much for the $2 and have a great evening, Polly. Always a joy. Thank you. I am having a pretty good evening so far, so that's going pretty well. I appreciate that. And Susan, thank you so much for the New Year's Eve. I really appreciate that also. Thank you so much. That's really very, very, very nice of you. Hello, how are you?
Not too bad, man. Just got off shift.
Awesome. How old are you?
I'm 20.
Awesome. Do you still support Trump?
Yep.
Why is that?
We can start off with the border.
All right. And what's Donald Trump doing with the border that you like so much?
He's closing it off.
He's closing it off? Well, I mean, I will give you that. He has probably closed it, but I mean, primarily of people who are, legally trying to get here.
Well, as long as we're stopping the illegal part.
No, we're not.
The rest is... What do you mean?
We're not. Donald Trump has done nothing to actually stop anybody that's coming over here like illegally. Like he hasn't added more border patrol agents. He hasn't given them more technology. He hasn't, expanded his wall. He even
we don't need more. We don't need more agents because again, the Democrats sort of confine them. We need higher quality. We need to train them more, and they need to be managed in a better way.
Well, that's not true, sir. Actually, Border Patrol will specifically tell you they need more agents. Both Republicans and Democrats both have said that we need more Border Patrol agents. Actually, there was a bipartisan bill under the Biden administration that was primarily written by Republicans that specifically addressed the fact that we needed more Border Patrol agents. So I don't know who is telling you that we don't need more, but we unequivocally do.
So you're telling me that we didn't do anything for the illegal immigrants?
We did a lot of stuff for legal migrants. Donald Trump has essentially shut down all legal migration in the United States. He shut off asylum seeking. He's done, all sorts of different things that legal ports of entry to stop it. And, for people that we had in detentions and all sorts of stuff, they're pretty much immediately being removed. But, as far as like, what has he actually done to do anything outside of that, like on a legislative basis?
We could look at the economy.
Okay, before we get to the economy, sir, what has he done on a legislative basis that has actually stopped anything with undocumented immigrants coming over here?
Well, Fox has said that what happened is that we got less people coming into the country for the first year in God knows how many years.
Yeah, that's what happens, sir. If you have less legal migration, then you have less people coming in the country.
Well, then that's cool.
Well, why do you want people that are here trying to come here legally not to come here?
Well, if you're still, for example, these are immigrants, correct?
Yes, migrants would be people that immigrate. That's kind of, in the word and everything.
About illegals.
Yeah, sir, but we're not talking about that. We're talking about people that are coming here legally that Donald Trump has pretty much stopped them from coming into the country. And you said you want that, and I'm asking you why you want that.
Well, we're overpopulated. We've got too many people in the country to begin with.
Okay.
I can't even find a house. I live in a flat, sir.
Sir, could you find a house? Well, sorry, you're not old enough to know any of this stuff. But guess what? You couldn't find a house before Biden became president either. Yeah. We've been in a housing crisis in the United States since like 2009.
Right, but I'm saying that there is no opportunity for houses now because we're at so many people in the country. It's overpopulating it.
No, sir. We had that problem before Biden became president.
Yeah, we had the problem as soon as we opened the borders, right?
Well, unless you're saying Donald Trump opened the borders, because Donald Trump was president before Biden, and that whole issue it happened during Trump's first term, but not even during Trump's first term. It happened during Obama's term, really.
Right.
So that problem wasn't a problem because of migration. It's still not a problem because of migration. It's a problem because, well, multiple things. One, we don't have enough houses in our system, right? Two, we had a deregulation of the housing market in the United States, which caused, large corporations to be able to buy up large swaths of single family homes, therefore decreasing the supply and therefore raising the price.
Right. Okay. I see what you're saying. I haven't. I definitely read something different on Fox. I'll say that. But I'll have to take your word for this one.
Well, you should stop
And-
taking Fox's word for anything.
Oh, I should take your word instead.
My word's better than Fox's word, but I'm going to say that about most anybody. Hell, I'd take Ben Shapiro's word over Fox's word.
Right.
Yeah, I would actually take a good handful of freaking right-wing correspondents and right-wing, YouTubers and all sorts of stuff. I would definitely take their word over Fox. Fox has been sued a huge amount of times for being for lying. They've lost they lost huge multi-million, dozens of millions of dollars in lawsuits for being dishonest.
Even a Democrat's word.
Yeah, I would take some Democrats' words over them too. Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, my idea of whether I take someone's word has less to do with whether they're a Democrat or Republican and more to do with they have a history of being honest. And Fox News doesn't have a history of being honest.
So can we move to economy then?
I guess. You do, before we move there, you do realize that Fox News in court, right? Like in actual court, said that the reason why they don't have to be honest is because they're not a news agency, they're an entertainment agency, right? Like their actual lawyers argued that.
Who said that? Was that Fox
The
News?
lawyers for Fox News, yes.
So this wasn't Fox News then. This was their lawyers.
Oh, so you're saying that their lawyers lied on their behalf?
Well, they're lawyers. They have to say something.
Yeah, but that would be literal perjury. So you're saying that the Fox lawyers committed perjury because that would mean that that not only does Fox News lie, but their lawyers do too.
Well, I mean, I don't manage the lawyers. I'm not a law firm,
Well, I mean that's pretty obvious, sir. But what I'm saying is they have to lie. They have to make a case for their client, and their case for their client was that their client doesn't have to be truthful. Don't you see a problem with that?
Depends on the situation. Depends on the situation. I agree with you there. It depends. I see where you're going.
Okay. But what about the economy?
The economy? We could look at the tariffs.
What about them?
Do you agree with them?
No. Why would I agree with blanket tariffs?
Well, it encourages domestic production, brings back manufacturing into the U.S.
If that was the case, why did we lose 1 million jobs last year and seethe manufacturing jobs?
These were in blue states, actually.
Sir, tariffs affect all states. Yeah, the tariff policy wasn't just for blue states or red states. The tariff policy affected all states.
Right, but this isn't Trump's fault that people aren't building, plants. He's set up the infrastructure. Now it's up to the companies to start building these plants.
And how did he set up the infrastructure?
The blanket tariffs.
The blanket tariffs caused them to leave. They left due to the blanket tariffs.
Well,
Did you hear
not
that
an
on Fox
economist.
too, sir?
No, not at all.
Oh, okay.
I'm not an economist, but what I can tell you is that if we incentivize building stuff here in the U.S., people are not going to go to Vietnam or go to China.
Vietnam, what is it, 1975?
Well, whatever country, right? And they won't go there because they want to build stuff here to decrease their costs.
Sir, I have no problem with incentivizing businesses to come here. I think that that's awesome. That's not incentivizing business.
Trump.
That's not incentivizing businesses to come. That's not what tariffs are.
Well, can you tell me what it is? If we're making products more expensive from overseas, then how does that not incentivize manufacturing in the U.S. if your
because it's
products
still cheaper to make
are
it
going to
overseas?
be around 10% cheaper?
Yeah, they're not though. The overwhelming majority of products, you just raise the price on the one that was overseas, and that's still less than the one that's made in America.
Right, but we're doing something, right?
No, you're doing something.
more
You
than
are
Democrats.
raising prices on the American consumer. Yeah.
So that's why we put
That
higher
is
tariffs.
something. That is something. It's not a good thing, but it is something.
That's what I'm saying, and this is why I like Trump. He does something. If you look at Biden,
Well, I mean, Hitler did something. I don't think we agree that it was a good thing, but it was something.
I agree. I don't. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
But
So just because Trump is doing something doesn't mean that it's a good thing. I'm saying that he's doing something, but it's a very bad thing. You see the difference?
yeah, I see the difference. But you know, we put higher tariffs on a country like China, right? Not just 10%.
We also put higher tariffs on places like the Herd and McDonald Islands that is only inhabited by penguins.
Is that true?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I'm sure it's a universal tariff, so it has to go everywhere, doesn't it? We can't just leave out some island.
Yeah. I mean, fuck the penguins. You know what I'm saying?
No, I'm just
Like
saying
they got
it
it.
has
Like
to be.
I saw them over there eating that, fish or whatever the fuck penguins eat. And I was like, you know what? They can't do that because they're stealing, from Americans with those, eating those. They do eat fish, right? I assume it's fish. I assume they eat small fish.
I'm not a vet, but I mean,
Don't think a vet even qualifies you for that one. I think that would be more like a what are they
right. But I'm
called?
saying,
It's not a mammologist. What is it called?
I think it's like a doctor.
Sure, we'll go with a doctor. That's fine.
Right. So again, if you're paying 300% extra,
Zoologist? I think that's-
I'm not. Yeah, I'm not an. I
Yes,
don't
sir.
hire-
I got it. You're not a lawyer. You're not an economist. You're not a doctor. You're not a zoologist. Yeah.
What I'm telling you is this, right? If you pay 300% extra, I think that's our tariffs in China, right? Is it 300%?
It's not 300%. No.
Is it 100%? I think.
Maybe.
Right.
I don't
If
know
you're
what it
paying
is now.
100%.
He changes it so often. I would have to keep up.
Right. If you are paying 100% extra to import products overseas, then you will be paying 150% less if you produce it here. Your
Incorrect.
products will be. What do you mean?
Well, first of all, Donald Trump took a lot of those tariffs off of a bunch of other countries, right? Because he originally started doing like all of these different countries, and then he,
Yeah,
took
quality.
them down. So now they can just move it from China to Vietnam because there's no tariffs on Vietnam right now, or maybe there's like a 10 or 15% tariff on Vietnam. But there's almost no tariff on Vietnam. So instead of moving it from China to here, they'll just move it from China to Vietnam.
And then we'll just tariff Vietnam.
Yeah, and then they'll move it to the Philippines.
Then we tariff everywhere.
Yeah,
Just
so
like
we
you
tariff
said with-
everywhere. Okay, so therefore
Yes.
we have to tariff everything. So therefore everything, therefore everything has to be made in the United States. Now, where are we going to get the
Yes,
factories and the
correct.
workers in order to do that?
We've already got them here, sir.
We do not. There's 7 million open jobs in the United States and approximately that many people that are unemployed in the United States. So therefore we would have to freaking create workers.
Yeah, I think that's how reproduction works.
No, reproduction is when a man and a woman love each other very much. Okay, but production
Yes.
only works if there's actual workers in order to do the jobs, right? And we don't have those workers in order to do that. Actually, the workers that we did have that would be able to do that, right? Donald Trump's trying to deport most of them.
So we've got $400 million people, right?
Nope, it's like 340, 350.
340 potato. You're telling me that we do not have enough people to build plants natively?
A plant, sure. A few plants, sure. Actually, a couple dozen plants, sure. But if we were to tariff everybody in order to make all of those goods here, we would need thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of plants. Literally tens of thousands of plants, because literally every single thing that we need, we would have to make here, all right? And since those thousands and thousands of plants would each take tens of thousands of workers each to run, we would literally need hundreds of millions of workers in order to freaking make up for that, because we're making everything here, right? And since we don't have that, right? And to be completely honest with you, with the economy, people aren't fucking like they used to, so we're not making anymore. Not to mention that even if they did, unless we're going to have baby labor, right? Those people aren't working for at least another, 16, 20 years, before they're actually even, contributing within that realm.
Right.
Okay. Creating those factories does nothing.
No, so this is exactly how Greenland goes into the plan. Greenland has $1 trillion, I think, worth of, if we can extract that, we can pay workers and incentivize them to work in the plants.
Pay what
Exactly
workers?
what we did
There's
100
no
years ago.
workers, sir. Sir, you can't
Incentivize
pay. Sir, you can incentivize the shit out of people. If there's no workers, then there's nobody to pay. So the only way to get more workers is to A, instantaneously increase the American population by, again, being like rabbits, okay?
Right.
Or to bring in workers. But that would be immigration, and Donald Trump's against that.
No, so let's say we've got 100 million workers. Does that fit your plan? Let's say
100 million more workers?
No, so we've got around.
It might be okay at 100 million. I'm not
Yes,
sure.
okay. Average income in the US is $57,000, I think. Now, a year.
Sir.
Now.
Sir.
Yeah.
There's only 7 million people, approximately between 7 and 8 million people in the United States who don't already have jobs. Okay? There's only 7 to 8 million people in the United States that don't already have jobs. And there's about 7 million there's about 7 million open jobs in the United States. Okay?
But again, this isn't our business. Our business is increasing manufacturing here. We just bring those 7 million, as you said.
You
into the
can't
plants.
increase manufacturing if there's no workers to work in them.
So
Okay.
we take the workers from wherever they're working and incentivize them. It's not really that difficult to understand.
It really shouldn't be, but yet you are still lost. It is pretty amazing how you're right. It should not be this difficult, and yet you are still lost.
We've got 350 million people. I'm sure we have enough people to work on the plants. If we incentivize them from the money we get from
Sir,
Greenland.
You are talking literally about building everything here, okay?
Yes.
Which means you would need hundreds of millions of workers.
Right.
Okay? Not 7 million, okay? Hundreds of millions of workers in the United States in order to fill all those plants. Okay? Not to mention the fact that we don't have the natural resources, we don't have the space. Not to mention that factory work isn't something that's considered like, you call it luxurious in the United States because the United States has a culture of going to college and getting jobs where you don't have to work in a factory. So even if that was the case, people still don't want to work in the factories and would seek out other jobs because we're the largest consumer nation on the planet. So not only do we not have the workers, but the workers that we have don't want to work in those factories, nor do we have the space to build those factories, nor do we have the natural resources needed in order to actually produce things in those factories. We were just on subject one, which is we don't have the workers, okay? Because we can't get past that, okay? And even if we did somehow have the workers, right? The cost that we would have to pay those workers, all right? Because we have U.S. labor laws and things like that, and the cost of living is a certain way in the United States where things are a certain type of way, the cost of those products would still be triple what we're getting them from China. So even if that was the case, it's still probably cheaper to produce it in China and just eat the tariff.
So can I bite the bean and say this? Would you let either we get in migrants for this plan, we bring in migrants and we start this manufacturing plan, legal people, not hopping over or swimming or whatever you want to call it, legal people, or we just go to Greenland, get the money from there, and we use autonomous factories, for example. So we don't need 10,000 people in one factory.
So first of all, there's not $1 trillion just laying around in Greenland. Okay? Like it's not like we go there and then there's like a cave and like inside that cave you have to do like an Indiana Jones thing and there's like you have to replace the statue and then there's just $1 trillion in like gold. Okay? That $1 trillion
it will be in the resources.
is in natural resources, which are buried under like 100 feet of fucking ice. Probably more than that. I don't even know how much ice. Just a ridiculous amount in the worst fucking climate that you could possibly think of in the Arctic Circle. Okay? Which is incredibly difficult and incredibly expensive to actually get to.
Yeah, we've got ships. We were just going to break the ice. Which again was another plan. We're gonna break the ice.
We're just gonna break. Why didn't anyone else ever think of that?
Because Greenland's too delusional and they want to keep their ice bed. We've got national security.
All you need is a ship, and you just ram the Arctic Circle with a ship, And then that's when all the oil just pops out. And then there's guys on the ship and they have little cups and they catch it like this. And then boom.
Well, I'm not a
and
chemist, but I would
yeah,
suppose
sir,
that is how it is.
We are. What do you do? Because you are doing a great job of
Walmart.
telling me everything that you don't do. So far, we have you're not a lawyer, you're not an economist, you're not a zoologist, you're not a doctor, and now you're not a chemist.
No, I'm at Walmart.
You do what?
I'm at Walmart.
You're at Walmart or you work at Walmart?
Well, I work there.
Okay, cool. Which there's nothing wrong with working at Walmart. I have no problem with people that work at Walmart. That's totally fine. Okay. But, okay, that's not how we get oil out of the ground. Okay. That's not how that works.
So how did Russia do it then?
How did Russia get oil out of the ground?
Did they ask the ice? Did they pray to the ice?
Nope. They just drill outside of the Arctic Circle. And when they do drill,
well, yeah, we drill.
Yeah, they drill in other places. You know, Russia's really large, right?
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, it's like really large. So there's like all sorts of kind of places to do this and all sorts of stuff. Plus, all these oil companies are still right now trying to figure out how the heck they're going to get oil out of Venezuela. So they got some other things to do.
Right. So you're telling me if we go to the oil companies and give them Greenland and get them to build on Greenland, they're already doing it in Alaska, which is the same environment as Greenland. If we give them all the oil they want in Alaska, you're telling me they're just going to ignore it?
Well, first of all, it would have to be cost benefit, right? They would have to actually want to go get it. And right now, Donald Trump has given them access to the Gulf of Mexico. They don't want that access.
Gulf of America.
No, yeah. Gulf of Mexico. And they're already given access to that, and they don't want it. Now they're freaking being released into Greenland. Exxon came out specifically and was like, we're not doing anything in Venezuela. Actually, multiple oil companies have come out and said they're not even trying to take the oil out of freaking Venezuela, and they're freaking they were already given that. So now they're just going to go to Greenland and take that oil?
Well, we can always get more companies. We can incentivize more companies.
Oh, we'll just make new oil companies.
Well, there are different methods. We could go government owned. We could go incentivize it more.
Government owned. All right. So now we're going to be just like Venezuela. The entire thing that we're complaining about with Venezuela, or not we're complaining about, but Donald Trump
no, I'm
is
not just going to pass down $1
with
trillion.
Actually having like a social state owned oil company. Sounds interesting.
Yeah, if it's going to bring us $1 trillion,
Donald Trump, the
then I'm all for it.
Yeah, Donald Trump.
I'm all for it. If it's going to bring us $1 trillion,
yeah,
I'm not. Yeah.
How about if we're going to have social oil companies, then we just start with the ones we already have?
What do you mean?
Well, see, we already have a bunch of oil companies. We have Exxon, we have Conoco, we have Chevron, we have all of those.
Them, but yeah.
Those, we have already all have all those. So why don't we just do what Venezuela did and just socialize all of those?
Well, I mean, Venezuela, I think they're commies, but I think if we need to harness $1 trillion worth of oil, then who's going to, I don't even think Democrats would turn that down, honestly.
Sure. Again, first of all, we would have to militarily take over Greenland. Okay, which I think which I think is where Democrats and actually a lot of Republicans would actually have the problem. Okay,
no, actually, I'm all for that.
I don't even think that. I know that. Okay, because that would pretty much cause the dissolution of NATO completely, would completely isolate us from our allies, and probably put us in a really, really long war with a whole bunch of people that we don't want to be freaking at war with. Okay?
No, if we don't take Greenland, then China will, or Russia will. Trump said this.
Oh, if Trump said it, then that's cool.
Well, I'm sure he's a political figure. He probably knows, but I'm saying if
Russia attacked Greenland,
Russia will.
Yeah, if either of those countries attacked Greenland, then the entire force of NATO would attack those countries. I don't think they're going to do that.
So I'm saying we should do it first if they would.
Right. See, if they do it, then all of the nuclear powers of the world are all going to be attacking them. So they're not going to do it. Okay. So we don't have to worry about that.
What, so Trump lied?
It's insane.
Go figure.
Well, I think, okay, even if that's true, there's $1 trillion lying there is doing nothing. Great Denmark or whatever country, I think it's Sweden, they're doing absolutely nothing with it. They're just letting it sit. They're letting it rot.
Good. Let it sit there. Who fucking cares?
But it's $1 trillion.
I don't give a fuck. You ain't getting it.
So we're in a recession, and you don't care about
We're
$1
not
trillion.
in a recession.
We're in a bad financial situation caused by the Democrats, whatever you want to call it, and you don't want $1 trillion to improve your
To a trillion,
life.
it's not to improve my life. It's to go to big oil.
Yeah, but
Big
that
oil already
gets
makes
passed
plenty
down
of
to
money.
us.
No, it does not.
This will bring $1 trillion into the country.
No, it won't.
Where will it go? To Venezuela?
It'll go to big oil.
Based where?
Yeah, based there, based in the United States. But that doesn't mean we're getting any
Oh.
of it.
No, because that can
Sir,
decrease
sir,
the oil
no
prices.
offense, but it won't. Okay, because because oil companies are not going to hugely decrease oil prices just at their own loss.
Right.
Why would
But
they
they
say?
can-
Why would they say, "Hey, we're going to lower the oil price in order to decrease our profits"? Why would they do that?
Because they've got $1 trillion, so they can afford it.
Oh, because that's what you know. What that's what one thing I do know about rich people. You know what I'm saying? Rich people like billionaires, stuff like that. They're always like, you know what? I've had enough money. I don't need any more.
No, so that can increase. I did an economist course. They can. That would mean they could get more people.
Did you just
buying
tell
their
me the
product.
words you took an economist course?
No, it's like a Google thing. I didn't finish it, but
Insane.
I'm saying that if the oil is cheaper, more people will buy it, leading to more profits for the companies. If you lower the price, more people will pay for your product.
Sir, people buy gas because they need it. They don't buy gas. They don't get more gas because they're like, oh, it's cheaper now. Oh, okay, cool. Well, then now my car has an extra tank to put it in there. Like now, you know what? I'm gonna drive to work more.
Yeah, I sold my car because
yeah.
I'm a Democrat. The gas was so expensive.
I
There's no
wasn't
need to
gonna
drive.
go to work this many times, but I figured, I'm just gonna go to work more. Drive my car more to the work since it's,
I take the bus
since I love
now.
being at Walmart so much.
No, I take the bus now because you can't afford to drive your car. That's why.
I drive my car every day.
Well, no, me.
So don't say you can't afford to drive your car. You can't afford to drive your car. I can afford to drive my car. I actually love driving my car. It goes fast.
Right. Especially under the Democrats, you cannot afford your oil, your gas.
I drove to work every day while Democrats were president too.
Right.
And before that, when Trump was
financial decision?
president, and before when freaking Obama was president, and before when Bush was president, yeah, all of those things, yeah, I still drove my car to work through all of it. It's pretty crazy.
Was that a good financial decision?
Yep.
So you're telling me you're willing to drive your car in a worse, when the oil prices are through the
Dude,
roof?
I
and the
drive
gas
a
prices?
fucking Civic, okay? I get like 40 miles to the fucking gallon, okay? Gas could be $10 a gallon. I'm still driving to work. Doesn't change anything. Huh?
Well, that tells me a lot about you.
Good.
I mean, especially
I'm glad you do. Glad it does.
right. So again, if people are paying less,
Where do you
for
live again?
gas- I live in Texas,
You live in Texas. What part?
Dallas.
You live in Dallas. Yeah, very much known for their, great public transportation system.
No, I'm just saying. If you lower the price,
It's insane.
if you lower the price, more people will pay for it. It's very simple. It's not very difficult to understand this. When we get access to this raw materials or, coal, I think it is, to power your car. If we get access to that,
Did you say coal to power your car? This can't be real. This can't be real. This can't be. This cannot be real. Fucking life.
Energy.
Okay, you did not
Energy.
just fucking say to me that coal to power your car. There is no way that is a real thing that just came out of your fucking mouth. That there's no
energy.
There's no fucking way that that just fucking happened.
Energy.
In the year of our Lord 2026, that did not just happen.
Okay, energy. Right? Forget what I said. Energy.
It's insane.
If the companies get access to $1 trillion worth of energy for your car, you can then afford to drive again. I can now justify spending $200 on a car and driving it to work. every day. I cannot.
$200 on your coal-driven car? You're gonna spend $200 on your coal-driven car?
No, I mean you fill it up with gas.
Oh, I thought you just threw coal in it. You just go down to the local dealership, get a $200 car, throw some coal in the tank, and just call it a day.
Well, no, I'm not a chemist, but again, when you go to
I'm not a chemist.
when you go
What the fuck are we even doing here, dude? Oh my fucking god.
if there is a country or land, don't know if it's a country, land, or state, Greenland, right? Whatever you want to call it. I don't set the maps. If you go there and they've got oil, gas, coal, that's not just oil prices. That is also energy prices for your cost of living, not just mine, yours as well. This oil power, I think it's what, diesel oil. This is exactly what powers our energy. And it's great that we're opening up the coal plants, opening up the oil plants, because again, we can harness this energy from Greenland. And then energy gets cheaper. If you increase the quantity, the supply.
Dude,
the
what
price
are you
goes
doing
down.
with your microphone? Are you okay? Are you being literally kidnapped?
No.
All right.
Well, yeah, again,
But yeah, you are getting kidnapped. All right. Anyways,
I'm not.
I think $200 car and $200 coal driven car was enough for me today. So you have a
mean?
day. All right.
No, I put gas in my car.
All right. Cool. Thank you. Yo, please make sure you guys hit that follow button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. I really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. If you guys could do me a favor, come in and hit that like button. I appreciate it. I've been kind of just throwing up the super chats because they were kind of really funny and going with the conversation here. So please throw out big W's for anybody out there that threw out super chats and stuff like that. So I really appreciate that. And Fnatic, thank you so much for the $5. I need to buy stock in movable goalposts. I'd be rich off of one MAGA supporter. Yeah, for real. Like, just, that was nuts. But don't worry, guys. He wasn't
Insane.
He wasn't a chemist or a chemist. Well, wasn't he? A chemist, doctor, an economist, a vet. Yeah, he wasn't a vet. He wasn't a lawyer. He had a chemist twice, though. You're pretty average, Trump supporter. All right, thank you guys so much. I really appreciate that. We're gonna move on to the next caller. Keep this thing going. Hope you guys are having a wonderful day. No, that didn't help at all. I'm gonna go fix that because I liked it the other way. Hello, how are you?
I'm doing good. How about you, man?
I'm doing great. How old are you?
I'm 26 and a half.
And a half? We don't get halves at 26, sir.
Well, I guess it's just a family tradition.
It's your family tradition is kind of dumb. Like we don't get halves at 26. That stops at like freaking 9, dude.
First of all, ouch. Actually, that was it.
Sounds like we're having a great start to this conversation.
I suppose so.
Awesome. So do you still support Trump?
Halfway.
Halfway? Just like half the year that you're counting towards your life?
Like 50%.
All
I
right.
like what he's doing with the border, though.
What's he doing with the border?
Defending it.
How?
I don't know.
Insane.
Defending it. I don't know what else do you want me to say?
I want you to tell me how he's defending it. I want you to tell me if he's defending the border, how he's defending it.
He's keeping the illegals out.
How?
I don't know. Putting them away.
Where's he putting them?
Back where they belong. In their homes with their families.
Nope. Those are people that are already here. That's not doing anything with the border.
Oh, my bad. Well, I mean, like, keeping them out, like building up the fence and stuff like that.
Nope. Nope, that was his first term. And he only built 50 miles of new wall.
Well, he's keep doing it though, right? At least that's what I got from Ground News.
Oh, really? What Ground News article was that?
I can't remember.
No,
It was on Ground News though.
really? Because I look at almost every article on Ground News, and I didn't see anything on that.
Wait, you use Ground News too?
Mm-hmm.
Yo, I'd give you a high five if we were in person, but I don't know. Just imagine a air high five from here in
I would prefer not to.
Colorado. Ouch. You just don't like me.
No, I really am indifferent about your existence, but this is a very boring conversation, so I'm going to move on to somebody else. This is just very, very, very boring. Mayor, thank you so much. Said, please hang up on him and answer my call. I'm 42. I work for a disaster management company and pro-Trump. My points are gold. I dare you. Dude, I don't do any of that. The phone rings. If you're there, I answer the phone. But I appreciate it. And Redwood, thank you so much for the $10 super chat. Said, by this, guys, we take Greenland before China does and bust up NATO's logic. We are then defenseless, so then China can take us and Greenland since we won't have help. Yep, that actually tracks. Yep, China can just take all of it since we're out here on an island. And Incredible, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. Said, imagine putting coal in your car like an old steam engine. Just I've been working on the railroad all the live long day. Anyways, thank you guys so much for being here. We're going to open up the phone line, keep this thing going. I really appreciate you guys. If you guys like support, first of all, let's get this thing up to 100,000 likes over on TikTok. I appreciate that. If you guys are on YouTube, please make sure you go and hit that like button. That really means a lot to me. Thank you so much. If anybody would like to help me hit this whale diving over here, help light this thing up so we can try to get to that gift gallery lit up, I'd really, really appreciate you too. Thank you so much. Hello, how are you?
I'm sorry?
Sen, how are you?
I'm good.
Awesome. Do you still support Trump?
So, no, I don't, actually. I was actually calling to explain how I went from supporting him to not supporting him. Are you okay with me doing that?
No, I'm not really interested right now. I'm looking to talk to Trump supporters, but I do appreciate you.
Oh, all right. Well, have a good day. Like
You
what
too.
you're doing.
All right, we're going to keep this thing on. Oh, they hung up. Hello, Heart. Tara, thank you so much for the whale diving. I really appreciate that. Huge W's in the chat for Tara for that whale diving. Thank you so much. Hello?
Nigger, 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 nigger.
You out of breath yet? You good?
Nigger. Nigger.
Yeah, man, I heard you the first time.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, I did.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, you didn't expect the conversation to go this long, did you? And now you're like just real lost.
No, I want to keep talking to you guys.
All right, cool. Hello, how are you?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, how old are you?
I just have a quick question.
How old are you?
I'm 25.
Awesome. Do you still support Trump?
Yes.
Awesome. What's your question?
All right. So, what are your thoughts on pineapples on pizza?
Belongs on pizza, unequivocally.
All right. What about olives on pizza?
Not a big olives guy. I will eat them on pizza, but I'm not a big olives guy. Yeah, but
All right.
pineapple
Are you trying
does
New York
belong
pizza?
on pizza. Anybody who thinks pineapple doesn't belong on pizza, like that just means that you're not like you really don't have like a developed set of taste buds. Your parents probably gave you a lot of chicken nuggets when you were a kid and you just never grew out of it, right? Because it is for us sophisticated people, right? Like it is for us sophisticated people. So
Well, I do like pineapples on their own, but on the pizza, that does not my taste.
See, again, you have to have
we
a
all have our
sophisticated
different
palate, right? The saltiness of like a ham or something like that with the savory flavors of like the tomato sauce mixed with the sweetness of the pineapple all actually goes together perfectly if you think about it, right? It's actually perfect on the palate. But, some people, just, never got there. But anyways, thank you so
Have you
much.
ever
I really
tried a New
appreciate
York's
you.
pizza?
What?
Have you ever tried a New York's pizza?
New York pizza? Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't, but I want to. I heard they make the best pizzas. All right, well, that's what I want to talk about.
All right, sounds good, man. Thank you. Hello, how are you?
Hello?
Hi, how old are you? Wow, MAGA's children are out hard today, aren't they? All right, let's see if we can get somebody actually in here. So far, our conversations have been interesting, to say the least. I will say that much. Interesting is an understatement to how they've been so far. Very, very strange. But hey, maybe I can pull someone from over here. Well, I got somebody over here. Hello, how are you?
How you doing? How are you?
I'm doing great. How old are you?
Good. I'm 42 years old.
Awesome. Do you still support Trump?
Still, I 100% do.
All right. Why would you do that?
Well, the reason why I do it is because I believe that whenever it's the previous administration, if you see where were the caravans of people that were coming in and infiltrating the country, it was with the previous administration.
Where did you
I
see
think
these
that
caravans?
I think the Democrats of then are Republicans now. Where did I see it? If you go to YouTube, I know you're in front of a computer. If you go to YouTube right now and type in caravan of people crossing into the United States, you're going to see 65,000 people crossing in on a regular day.
And if I type into YouTube evidence that Bigfoot exists, I will also find 1,000 videos of Bigfoot existing. And if I type into YouTube that that prove to me that the Earth is flat, there's going to be thousands of videos proving to me that the Earth is flat. There's also going to be the same amount of videos for proving that aliens exist, or all sorts of different things on YouTube.
Okay, but here's the difference. I've worked on that border, and I was there when there was caravans of people. And I can give you the exact YouTube address where you can see me with my camera taking pictures and video and showing where there's 150,000 people clocked in migrating into this country. And I'm an immigrant.
Sir, I have
and
no doubt.
Let me finish.
Hold on, but that wasn't
immigrant.
your argument. I have no doubt of that. I have no doubt that at some point there was 150 people that immigrated into the border at the same time. We literally 100. You had 150,000 in one day.
Yeah, we did.
Okay, well now you're just a blatant liar, right? Like, give me a break.
No,
right?
I don't lie. I don't lie.
You are.
I can actually prove it to you. If you want, you can text this number and I can send you pictures.
Then prove it to me.
I can easily prove it to you. Text this phone number from
I'm
wherever
not going to text your phone number, sir. There was 150,000, which first of all, amazing that you got that on video.
CNN
that is super impressive. I mean, it would. CNN reported it that 150,000 people came in one day.
Fox News, everyone reported it.
Okay, cool. Can you give me one report of that from any of those?
Go to Google.
No,
I'll teach you.
You tell me where the name of the article is and on what website, and I'll pull it up.
I'll tell you.
I'm not Googling anything for you, sir. You're gonna go. You go Google it.
Democrat.
You go Google it, and then I'll do it.
All right. I've seen what's happened.
Well, then this should be a super.
You've never been by the border.
Then this would be a super easy,
and the one thing that Trump is doing is that he's making it all
for you to be able to go pull
America
up.
has been getting screwed over by every other country. Nonstop.
Sir, just how about this?
Ironing the board out.
Sir, why don't you just tell me which
Look
day?
at your chat. Look what they're saying in your chats.
Sir, I don't care what they're saying in the chats. What I care about is you telling me what day there was 150,000 people that came into the country in one day.
Oh my God, bro. Go into your. Why don't you go? Who's your news source? When you look at news, who do you look at?
I look at all sorts of different news sources.
Name one. I mean, Al Jazeera posted it too.
Al Jazeera posted it? All right, let's pull Al Jazeera up. Al Jazeera.
Go to Al Jazeera and type in caravan of migrants crossing into the United States.
Nope, that's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for the one that says 150,000 migrants crossed over in one day.
Oh, it'll be more. It'll be more. I wish I could bet you money publicly, and I would.
Migrants enter U.S. in one day. Let's see.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Tell me.
Yep. Doesn't exist. Actually, here's Al Jazeera right here.
I wish we could see your screen.
Yeah.
I wish we could see your screen.
Actually, everybody can see my screen. I can put it up.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Yeah, it's actually not. It's actually not hard.
Listen, I know you guys want to grab onto anything,
sir.
But
I'm
let's
literally
agree on this.
Sir, be quiet. Sir, be quiet.
Let's agree. Don't tell me to be quiet. I'm a grown man.
You're not. You're a child who doesn't know how to be quiet. Now be quiet.
No, I actually have a political science.
All right, that's fine. I'll just mute you. It's not a big deal. I'll just mute you while I pull this up. So this one actually says this is the Al Jazeera thing that he's talking about, and I did see 200,000 migrants on the on the thing before, but that was 200,000 over 2 years. Yeah, this is 150,000 migrants in years over in New York, but nowhere in Al Jazeera whatsoever does it say that 150,000 migrants has freaking come over. Actually, right here, this says 214,000 migrants since 2022, right? This one says 400,000 migrants were already living in the city of New York. But see, none of this actually says what you're saying, okay? And what you're saying is, sir, is that 150,000 migrants came in one day. You told me to pull Al Jazeera
absolutely.
for that. I did. Al Jazeera said that you're lying. Okay, so do you have another source that you would like me to pull up to show that 150,000 migrants came in one day?
Go to YouTube. You can go to YouTube.com.
Sir,
I'll tell you exactly what to type in.
YouTube is not a source.
No, oh my God. Let me ask you something. I just have one question.
Sir, you're not asking me any questions until you give me a source that says that.
Let me give you a question.
You can give me a sir. You can gladly ask me a question. You're muted. No one can hear you. Nobody asks me a question on my live, okay, when I'm requesting a source until I get that source, okay? Sir, again, you're muted and no one can hear you, okay? So, last chance, you're either going to give me a source that says 150,000 migrants came in one day, or you're going to tell me that that didn't happen. Oh, he hung up. Or you're going to tell me that that didn't happen and we're going to move on with the conversation. Oh, that didn't happen? Oh, okay. Just wanted you to prove it. Guys, for something that's so easy to prove, it amazes me how like you guys don't want to prove it. Derek, thank you so much for the $2. Says bacon, pineapple, and jalapenos. Thank me later. I've already had that pizza 1,000 times. 1,000 times. Don't even worry about it. It's delicious. I know. And Cobra, thank you so much for the $5. Says, rude, I can't do pineapple on pizza because I have a sensory issue. Thank you so much. Well, see, that's different.
It's insane.
Okay? That's different. If you're like allergic to it or you have a sensory issue, that doesn't count. Okay? I'm talking about people who just freely won't do it, okay, because of bad palates. That doesn't count. All right. Thank you so much. Jonas, thank you so much for the 50 DKK. Dane here. Oh, Danish. There you go. That's Danish. Hope you guys start educating yourselves so we don't have to deal with your shit choice in leaders anymore. Look, sir. Okay. You guys are over there living a good life. Okay. What do you think I'm doing over here? All right. What do you think I'm doing over here? I'm trying. All right. There's only so much I can do. All right. Have you heard the people I'm talking to? This is what we're dealing with over here. Okay. Plus, where you live, if you have bad leaders, you can just kick them out. Okay. Wasn't there some like country, or I think it was Norway, they kicked their president out because he like stole sunglasses? Like literally. Like they kicked their president out because he like stole some sunglasses. And we got freaking Epstein freaking rapist over here and we can't do anything about it. Anyways, we're trying over here, bud. All right. You aren't dealing with what we're dealing with. Okay. Thank you so much though. And Velvet, thank you so much for the $5. Said, why do you find it odd when a Trump supporter says, hell yeah, I support Trump? I find it odd because having that much fervor for supporting a president is weird to me. It's just weird. If you're just like, do you support Trump? Yes, I support Trump. Okay. Yo, please make sure you guys hit that follow button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. I really, really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. Make sure you also turn on notifications and that way you know when we do this and all, when we go live, when I post content and all that sort of stuff also. Yeah, no, I just find it strange, Velvet. I find it strange. If you're just like, hey, I support Trump, then I'm like, cool. If you're like, hell yeah, I love him, everything he does is amazing, then I'm like, you're fucking weird. It's just weird. Okay? It sounds cultish. It sounds ignorant. It doesn't sound like you know what you're talking about. Okay? Doesn't sound like you know what you guys are talking about. Valador, thank you so much for the $5. I'm allergic to pineapple. My mother's favorite pizza is pineapple pepperoni. She advocates strongly for pineapple pizza. Respect. See, again, if you are allergic to it, then it's okay. Like, I'm not asking you to eat something you're allergic to. I'm just saying if you're not allergic to it, okay, then grow up. All right? That's all I'm saying. Then just grow up. Thank you so much, Valador. Hello, how are you? All right. Guess you're gone. Hello, how are you?
I think I might have the wrong number. I called from a live stream.
Yep, you're on. How are you?
Oh, I'm on. Okay, I guess my stream didn't catch up then. I support Trump because I really like how him and Big Jeff used to hang out on that island. And, you know, we had a lot of crazy times together. A lot of people be hating on Big Jeff because they just were never there.
We had a great times. You sound like you're 16. I don't think you ever even made it.
No,
like,
dude, I'm fucking 40 years old.
I doubt you've even left your high school, bro.
Down on those
I doubt you've even left whatever city your high school was in. Hello, how are you?
What's good, man?
Everything's good for me. How's it going for you?
Oh, good. You still talking about Trump?
Yep. How old are you?
23.
Awesome. Do you still support Trump?
Hell nah. I thought everyone switched recently when it came out about Israel. So I wanted to ask, there's still Trump supporters?
Yes, apparently. They're still there. There's a few.
That's got to be uneducated kids, though, aren't even keeping up. Because I feel like all the Trump supporters I knew switched pretty recently.
Unfortunately, it's adults. But I am going to move on to a Trump supporter. But yeah, they're still out there.
Dang, good luck, man.
Appreciate you. Hello, how are you?
Hello, I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. How old are you?
I'm 19. I'm from Pennsylvania, and I'm a MAGA Republican.
All right. Well, what's up then?
Well, I was just wondering, are there any like specific topics you would like to debate?
Just how Trump is bad. That's totally fine.
Well, I disagree with that. I think Trump is quite strong for the economy. I think he's quite strong for the culture. And I think, I guess to give you a three-pronged thesis like we learned in school, he's quite strong as well for the military.
All right. First of all, how is he strong for a culture with a less than 40% approval rate?
I think doing what is difficult and what is not exactly popular for people in the time, but is seen as a, I guess, socially and culturally lucrative thing, such as like fucking kids on Epstein's Island and things like that, is very, very helpful for America.
It's insane.
Oh, God. These children are freaking running rampant. Very strange children.
Rampant.
Hello, how are you?
I'm pretty good. How are you?
I'm good. How old are you?
You need to stop making fun of me.
Hello, how are you?
Hello. Hey, I'm 28. I support Trump.
Awesome. Why is that?
Well, I mean,
see, by the way, for all
I
you MAGA
voted
out
for
there,
him
hold on
since
real
his
quick.
first term.
Hold on real quick. For all you MAGA out there, see how easy that is? Like, he didn't even make me ask or anything. I'm 28. I support Trump. Cool. Now we can just move on with the conversation. I don't have to sit here arguing with you. It's so simple. Anyways, sorry. I appreciate that.
That's all good.
Yes,
I
I know
good,
he
man.
sounds 50, Ryan, but we've already figured out that all MAGA in their 20s either sounds 50 or they sound 15, and there is no in between. I don't know why that is. Just being honest, not trying to be a dick there. It just seemed to be something that we figured out.
No, well, I look like I'm 16 anyways, bro.
You look
Young
like
and
you're
old, I guess, at
16
the same
and
time.
sound 50. That must be rough in life.
Anyways, man. So, no, I mean, I voted for him back in his first term. I was 18 years old when I voted for him. Voted for him all 3 times. Now, the biggest thing is again, like the last guy said before we started talking about Epstein, military. I was in the military at the time. Got a lot of money from it. A lot of buff from the military. The biggest thing, though, is if we're talking about current times, immigration. The biggest problem we have right now, and specifically let's talk about Minneapolis, is the mass overdue of immigration that goes into towns and cities and all these big corporations that support these things. You have fraud like with Tim Walz and all these other governors that are now calling for civil unrest and saying to fight ICE or things like that. And there's many other things we can talk about under Article 8. and all these other things. But big problems are kind of arising when you kind of follow suit with fighting federal governments and stuff.
Yeah, so
I mean,
that's
I don't know what
interesting.
you
You're
want.
talking about all this fraud in Minneapolis, and here's what's funny. Okay. That
All right.
fraud has been investigated since 2022, and before Donald Trump even said that it was a thing, there had been over 90 indictments into that fraud. All of those fraud indictments were under the Biden administration, or the majority of them were. Okay, so they were done under a Democratic president and under, you know, a Democratic governor and under a Democratic mayor, where the majority of these indictments and investigations came into. Not to mention the fact that the person that ran the entire thing was a white lady. Okay, not an immigrant.
Well, it doesn't matter about race. It doesn't matter
sir,
about
sir,
race.
it does, because we're talking about immigration, and you're making a claim that
Well, a South
what-
African can immigrate.
she was a
That's
white, U.S.-born American citizen.
Of course, and I know this.
Okay, well
So
then
that
let me
doesn't
finish
mean,
my
that doesn't
sentence,
mean
sir.
anything
Well,
for anybody else, though.
Well, sir, if it doesn't mean anything else for you, then you should have no problem with me finishing my statement.
No, I'm just saying it doesn't mean if whether it be Somali or not, if a ringleader's white, doesn't make it right.
Yeah. Okay. You're right. I completely agree with that. Your race does not freaking matter when it comes to immigration, nor does your ethnicity, nor does your immigration status. Okay. Fraud is fraud, and fraud is bad regardless of who is doing it, right? The problem that I have is that you're talking about it in the context of immigration, right? Where we had mass PPP loan fraud, we had healthcare fraud due to COVID. Hell, Rick Scott in Florida got sued for hundreds of millions of dollars for fraud within our healthcare system. But the Republicans seem to not only be okay with it, but seem to support those exact same fraud schemes when it's white Americans doing it. But as soon as it's freaking people that are connected to immigrants, then all of a sudden you have a problem with that fraud. Hell, Donald Trump has pardoned people that were convicted of fraud, not to mention all sorts of, you know, other horrible criminals, right? So why are you only bringing up the fraud that happened in Minnesota when it has to do with immigrants and not the ones that were committed by freaking white Americans all across our country?
Well, like I said, current times that we're speaking of, I asked you what you wanted to talk about regardless, but we can even go to Elon Musk. Elon Musk was on a visa, and his visa ended, but he was a rich millionaire at the time who made PayPal and was able to actually get back into the country and somehow pay his way out of it. It doesn't matter about race. If a ringleader is white of a problem, and you have a bunch of Somalian people abusing that power, or whomever it may be, because it's like if we're speaking about asylum seekers. Do you truly believe that over 10 million people sought asylum in America?
Hold on. We're not moving on to asylum after what you just said.
No, I'm
first of all,
no, I'm not. We're not moving on. Hey, I let you finish. I let you finish.
You just asked me a question. That's why you
No,
did
I'm
finish.
just saying,
When you
and
said,
I'm using
sir,
this as an example
sir,
to
you
Elon,
said,
I mean-
do you believe that this many people sought asylum in the United States? That is a question. That means it's my time to respond.
Of course it is, but
Then I don't know what you're talking about
things.
with me freaking not letting you finish. If you're going to ask me a question, then I have a chance to respond. But let's be clear before we get there. But let's be clear before we get there. Elon Musk did not make PayPal. Let's be very.
Why are we talking? Yes, he did. He
did not.
Originally, when they wanted to call it X,
invested
it doesn't matter
in PayPal. He did not
It
make
does not
PayPal.
matter regardless.
It does.
The whole point about it was that he was illegal in the country. He literally was illegal in the country and paid money to then come back into the country.
Missing the point
That
of
is
what I
beside
said.
the point about PayPal.
Okay, cool.
It doesn't
Let's get
matter
back
about
to the
PayPal.
point.
He was a multimillionaire at the time. That doesn't matter. The
Perfect.
point being is that he was an illegal immigrant in the country
Yeah, there's
off of
tons of
an
illegal
expired
immigrants.
visa.
Yeah, tons of them. My question is,
Yes,
sir, do you
but
know where
see how somebody can pay? Do you see how somebody
Sir,
can pay
I
the
very
money?
much am clear that people can pay. That has nothing to do with what's going on. Can we get back to the point? Thank you. You know where the largest COVID fraud it came from? Like in which state?
What state?
It was Mississippi.
Of
Yeah,
course,
yeah.
a very Republican state.
Yeah, very
Go on.
Republican, committed by a bunch of white people, by the way. So how come?
Of course. Again, it doesn't
Trump-
matter about race.
It does, though. It very specifically does. Because Donald Trump and you, right, and all the people that are in, MAGA along with you, you guys are all...
I'm not a MAGA.
Yes,
I'm
you
not
are.
in MAGA.
I'm
I
not
just
asking
support
your
Trump.
opinion. I'm telling you you're
There's
a MAGA.
anybody that
I'm
that
not
supports
asking
Trump
your
does not mean they're
opinion.
in
I'm not
MAGA.
asking your opinion on whether you're MAGA. I'm informing you because apparently you didn't know.
This
Okay.
is brain rot. Go on.
So, yes, I know, sir, but I have to talk to you anyway, or I don't have, or I have to hang up the phone and move on to the next person. Okay.
Go on, keep talking.
I'm trying to, sir, but you have the attention span of a flea, and you cut me off every time I start. Your nervous laughter also isn't helping.
Man, come on. Keep going with what you're saying, buddy. It's kind of silly. Come on. Did you hang up?
You done now? Thank you. So what I was saying, sir, before I was multiple times rudely interrupted, okay, is, sir, that you brought up the fraud in Minnesota. You, again, sir, your nervous, creepy laughter is weird. Please stop.
Can you stop talking about my laugh and keep speaking?
Can you
If
stop
can't
laughing
keep a
then?
comprehensive conversation going, it's kind of silly.
A comprehensive
bud. You're making
conversation?
Yeah, you can't keep talking. You're not making any sense.
Oh, sir, I kept,
Just keep
again, I
speaking.
was
Just
talking
speak
the
through
whole
me.
time,
Just
sir.
speak through me. Just
Why?
speak through
Why
me.
can't you just be quiet?
It's insane.
You sat there for 2 minutes. It sounds like 30 seconds not speaking. I even asked you, are you still here?
And I'll do it again.
Keep
I don't
speaking.
mind. Be
Keep
quiet.
speaking.
Be quiet.
Oh,
Think you can manage that?
you can speak.
And you can be quiet.
Keep speaking.
And keep being quiet. Cool. Thank you. I appreciate that. The point is that you keep bringing up Minnesota and immigrants instead of bringing up the idea of fraud. You and people like you, MAGA people like you, okay, are more concerned with the fraud that is happening from migrants, even though it's happening by white Republicans at a much greater scale all across the United States, but you're not talking about that. Neither is Donald Trump, neither is JD Vance, neither are any of the fucking Republicans. You guys are only and solely concentrated on the one that you can freaking link to brown people. Okay, so yes, it does have to do with race, because if this was a fraud issue and we were talking about and going after the fraud that was happening in the United States, I think that that is absolutely amazing. I think we should be going after fraud. I think we should be going after fraud specifically for like people that, you know, committed fraud in places like Minneapolis, because anytime we start, you know, taking money away from kids that need food, I think you should bury them underneath the jail. But you are making it the problem by only linking it to migration and not linking it to the broader thing that it's just fraud. You guys are solely concentrated on the ones that are migrants and that are brown because that fits your agenda.
Okay, so now it's my turn to speak. The white woman that everybody knows has been the ringleader about this, correct? Yeah. But does that at all flake out the millions of dollars that are going to Somali daycares that are running 24 hours a day? It doesn't matter if a white woman was a ringleader. If you are knowingly and actively taking money and fraudulently using that money to make your life better and buying Escalades and all these nice things, isn't that just as bad as the white lady that's a ringleader? It doesn't matter about race.
Yeah, I already said that I condemn that.
Regardless,
I already said I condemn that.
Regardless,
I did.
If a Somali, a white man, a white woman, an immigrant, a Mexican that's in it, it doesn't matter who it is. It shouldn't happen, correct?
Yet you had no idea that it was happening in Mississippi.
What do you... Did I say I didn't? Did I say I didn't?
Yeah, because when I said it was
I asked you what was going on.
I asked you where the largest one was, and you didn't have a fucking answer. So yes, you did not know.
Man,
okay.
The interrupting with you is insane, man.
Okay.
Hey, the interrupting
Sir,
with you
you should try crying about it. You think that would help?
Oh my God, you're like the fourth person that talks about everybody crying. Listen, buddy, you and Mississippi and all these ideas, yeah, there's bad shit that happens everywhere, but it doesn't matter in the sense of what's happening in Minneapolis. You can compare that to Washington State. There's even Colorado where you're at right now, man. I just went to a concert in Colorado. There is a lot of fraud that happens all over the place.
Yeah, every
man.
time I go to a concert,
And
I
you
find
act-
fraud too. Yeah.
I stayed there for 2 months. That's not what I'm saying.
Just investigating
Anyway,
fraud.
so by the way,
Sounds like a
by the
boring
way,
way to spend a vacation, but
anywho, so regardless, you can compare it to the COVID from when Trump was in office to when Biden was in office, or you can compare it to Mississippi, like you're saying. Because yes, a lot of Republicans did steal money, and a lot of people that were nonprofit organizations did steal a lot of money in Mississippi. I know a lot about it, but regardless, there's fraud everywhere. And a lot of people were prosecuted in Mississippi, excuse me. A lot of people were. But it's just like how Tim Walz probably won't go to jail for the things that he did in Minneapolis and
what
as
did he do?
governor and all of these people.
What
do
did he
you
do?
mean?
What
Okay,
did
it's
he
like
do?
the Learning Center. It's like the Learning Center, right? The
Yeah.
one that just shut down, right?
Yeah, perfect.
The
What
one
did
that just
what
shut
did Tim
down.
Walz do that
Why
for
is
that?
it that their number? Why is it that their number goes straight to the governor's office and the assistant GA? Why is that?
Because that's not true.
Why is it that a bunch of numbers for a learning area where I take my daughter
Because
to school
that's not
or
true.
to daycare? It is true. I
Okay,
called
can
it
you prove
myself,
that?
and a lot of people have. Yes, I mean, I
Oh,
can
so
link
you went to
on your
Minneapolis,
Facebook
so-
or whatever.
so you
no,
went to-
you can call the numbers.
How do you know what
Buddy,
the number
you can call
is,
it
sir?
right now.
How do you know
They
what the
have
number
it
is?
all over YouTube. They have it on Facebook. They have it
YouTube.
on
No
their
fucking
website.
way. Guys, Facebook? Holy shit. Did you think that
The
maybe
videos that
oh my
show
God,
the
sir.
buildings have
God,
their numbers
sir,
on the
do
wall.
you think that
Literally
somebody-
the numbers on
Hey,
the buildings.
Sir, hey, sir, do you think that it's possible for somebody to just
Oh
change the number and then make a YouTube video?
Oh, so you're saying it's AI and fake? Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm saying.
Are you calling it all
you mean-
AI and fake?
You
What are
mean
you
just
calling
like,
it then?
You mean
What are
just,
you calling
you
it
mean
then?
just like the Nick Shirley video where the daycare that he was
okay,
claiming?
so finally we're bringing up Nick Shirley, right? That's wild. You know that
don't
the
even
place
know
that he
what I'm
went
bringing
to
up.
that had 60. Yes, I know who Nick Shirley is. That's actually crazy. You bring him up because the
He has
places
no
he went,
idea
you
what I
can
was about to bring
actively
up.
call the numbers. It doesn't matter. You're talking about Nick Shirley. I've seen all his videos. Regardless
Okay,
of
then
what
how
you're
about you
gonna
let me
say,
finish
I don't
my-
know what you're
No.
gonna say. It's fake.
I didn't say
You're
anything was
calling it
fake.
fake.
I didn't say
You're
anything was
literally
fake.
saying the numbers are changed.
You
That's
don't
you
know
just
what I was
said.
going to say, ding
So
dong.
are you not
have
saying
to
the
let-
numbers are changed?
I was not
Are
saying
you
the
not
number
saying
was
the-
fake at all.
You
I was
literally just
trying
said
to
that.
finish a
You
fucking
literally just
sentence.
said that they can
Okay.
change the numbers.
Dude,
you literally
you
just said
literally-
that. So if you're
I
using
hope
that as an
I hope
example
that
for
you have-
Facebook,
I hope that you have a
you
good
just
therapist.
said that.
And I hope you pay
You
them
literally
double. All right. So I'm going to mute this guy. So now he's muted. So I'm sorry for you guys having to hear him. I apologize. Okay. So I'll say what I was going to say. Okay. Because obviously he has no idea what I was going to say. So what I was going to say was, sir, before you had a full crash out like a fucking child. Okay.
this guy is so fucking cunt.
Oh, and now he's crying. That's cute. So anyway, sir, what I was going to say was he literally made a video
Bro, you
about
guys
a
do this, dude?
daycare
I
center
know, right?
that
It's so
he said
funny.
was committing fraud that literally hadn't been open in over a year and was not receiving any funding.
Not open in a year. That's so fucking wild, dude.
You
They
can
just shut
literally
down.
look it up. It's been closed for over
Oh,
a year.
They literally
had a
just
whole
shut it down,
bunch
dude.
of ratings. It
They
was under.
literally just.
All right, sir. Well,
We're
sir,
still getting money
and
though,
since
right?
I can't
They were
finish,
shut
and
down
since
and they
I
got
can't
money.
finish a sentence, sir, I am going to hang up the phone.
I thought it was muted. I thought it was muted.
Well, you
I
weren't.
thought it was muted. You literally said I was.
All right,
Are
sir.
you a fucking
well, I am going
gaslighting
to
freak?
hang up the phone.
You're a gaslighting freak, then, dude.
Because you are a
Go on,
petulant
because
child.
you said I was muted. No, you literally said I was.
And I want to talk to an adult. All right. And hearing you scream like a petulant child just reminds me that MAGA doesn't raise their children. All right. Guys, please get therapy. Okay. I understand that like you guys are scared to go to like a therapist or go to a doctor because you guys might find out just how bad your mental illness is. Okay. But please, all right, go get therapy. It's really sad when you guys come out here and do this. All right. Really, really sad. Yo, please make sure you guys hit that follow button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. I really appreciate you guys. By the way, that video, the daycare center hadn't received a single dollar of federal funding, nor had it been open in a year. Also, the sign on the door, if you actually zoom in on his video, actually says the daycare center doesn't even open until 2 o'clock. And you can see on his phone that he's there at 1. And he's like, I can't get in. Guys, let me into the daycare center with these 8 grown men and a camera. People really, really, really need help. Yeah, I don't know if therapy could help them either, but hey, we got to try it. Nala, thank you so much for the $10. That I'm on your side, but you do interrupt after making a big deal about interrupting. Focus on your self-awareness. I'm rooting for you. No, what happens is when I interrupt, it's because I am trying to get the conversation back on schedule. Because I do this every day. Okay? And I have to keep this conversation going in a certain direction. And if I let people go off on their entire diatribes, all right, then the conversation just goes off the rails because everybody just likes to jump from subject to subject to subject to subject to subject. So when I interrupt, it's for a purpose. When they do it, it's to have creepy laughs. All right? And to scream and yell and cry. But I'll let people interrupt. I'll let people go off all they want if they can, stay on subject. I have no problem with that. Actually, if you watch the guests from previous, I let them talk for as long as they wanted to. Crazy, huh? But when you say dumb shit like Elon Musk invented PayPal or made PayPal, then you just sound like an idiot, and I'm not letting you get away with that. X3, thank you so much. That this conversation was the most beautiful, toxic I heard. Fully and support it. You two are perfect for each other, and I endorse it. Okay, if that's what you feel. Delissa, thank you so much for the $5. Said male MAGA cult caller exhibits the goofiest, disingenuous laugh when they think they know shit, but know nothing. Yeah, it's weird. Also, does not surprise me that guy knew that guy freaking knew every Nick Shirley video. Guy seems to believe everything he ever saw on YouTube, which is wild. Lovely guy says not about race while bringing up race. Yeah, exactly. Me Too said Trump administration shelved a massive welfare fraud investigation in Mississippi involving public funds funneled to Brett Favre and others. Sure did, but they weren't migrants. Okay, so I don't know why we're talking about them. And Dragon, thank you so much for the $2 over on Cash App. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. They weren't migrants, so I don't even know what the point of talking about those people are. Lovely Goddess, thank you so much for the $5. It's funny how quickly they forget Brett Favre stole SS money in Mississippi, I think, but hey, migrants bad. Well, Brett Favre is a white guy that played in the NFL, so. Ryan said, I left TikTok just so I could super chat you. Pineapple on your pizza is complete trash. Ryan, I do not. I think you need to check yourself. Okay. Should I take away his mod powers after that? I feel like I should take away his mod powers after that. What do you guys think? Hello?
Hey, how you doing?
Hey, I'm doing well. How about yourself?
I'm doing good.
Awesome.
Thanks
Do you
for
still
asking.
support Trump?
I do.
Awesome. How old are you?
I'm 45.
Awesome. Why do you still support Trump?
Well, I think he's been doing a good job on the border. I think that he's taking a good stance towards protecting our long-term geopolitical interest. We need probably to secure new rare earth deposits, which is one of the reasons why he's trying to get Greenland. I think what he's saying about going in there militarily is all bluff. He's just using that like basically as an anchor towards a negotiation.
Just like he was bluffing in Venezuela?
Huh?
Well, I mean, just like when he was bluffing in Venezuela?
Well, that was different. I mean, I don't think he was bluffing because he did it, right? So.
Well, what I'm saying is everybody else said he was bluffing until he did it.
Oh,
yeah.
I don't know. Well,
everybody was like, "Oh, he's just, he's just doing this. He's just doing that. He's trying to, it's whatever. He's using it as a negotiating tool." I must have heard that 100 times, right?
Oh, I don't know. I can't speak for other people. I don't know.
Well, I'm just saying it's
That's
the
not what I
exact same thing that everybody was saying about Venezuela is exactly what everybody is saying about Greenland, and it just seems strange to me that like for some reason we're not supposed to believe that he's doing this when he obviously did the other thing. I'm just like, I mean, that's an honest question for you, sir. Like if he's willing to go in militarily for Venezuela for natural resources, then what makes you think that he's unwilling to go into Greenland for natural resources?
Because Greenland's owned by a NATO ally. Venezuela is not a NATO ally, so that's one difference. Secondly, we've sanctioned the heck out of Venezuela prior to going in. We haven't sanctioned Denmark. What else? Venezuela doesn't have a government that we recognize as legitimate. Denmark does. There's a military alliance with the Danes. We didn't have one with Venezuela. I mean, I can go on and on, but
Well, those are
big
all
difference
those
between
are all
Venezuela
great,
and
those are
Denmark.
all great points, except for the fact that with all of those points, why would you threaten it? Because literally every single thing that you said is in jeopardy if you're threatening military action.
Oh, no, not really. Do we still have a military alliance with them? Yes. So
I didn't say we lost it. I said it's threatened.
okay, well,
Yeah,
threaten.
military alliances don't end overnight just because of some words. It threatens the.
There you go. I agree.
Yeah, it threatens it in the future.
Well, I mean, that's how nations negotiate with each other. They make threats.
No,
I
they
mean,
don't.
when-
Not
yeah, we
not
do.
civilized nations, not nations that
We
not
do that.
industrialized nations, not allies. No.
We do. What do we do with Canada with the tariffs? But that's exactly what we did. What we did with Mexico. That's exactly
No,
what
no,
we did.
that's
We
just
threatened
what
them with tariffs.
Trump does, sir. That's not what we do. That's not what the world does. That's not what any other freaking country does. No other countries are out there just threatening each other with their allies with military action just because they don't get their way. That's what petulant children do.
No, actually, that's not how it works. Other countries do this to other countries all the time.
Give me
Saudi
one example.
Arabia, easy. So we don't, for example, between Saudi Arabia,
so a
and,
dictatorship.
and Israel.
Yeah.
And Israel. Okay.
Another
You know,
pretty
they have-
quasi dictatorship. I'm talking about democracies. I'm talking about industrialized democracies. I'm not talking about freaking dictatorships.
Okay, so between
Are you?
do
Unless
think
you're saying the
Ukraine-
United States
do
is
you
a
think Ukraine-
dictatorship.
Do you think Ukraine and Russia's are democracies?
Well-
Do you think, Ukraine's a democracy?
Well, Ukraine is a democracy, but Ukraine didn't threaten Russia. Russia did do that to Ukraine, and they are a dictatorship.
Oh, okay. So, okay. So they don't have elections or anything like that in Russia?
They don't have actual like real elections.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, anyways, the point is, I mean, I can keep going, and and you'll make some reason, but the point is, all countries do this. They all want to
No,
pursue
they
their
don't.
self-interest, and this is what we should be doing as well.
That is not real. That's not reality. You can say that all you want, but it's not reality. You don't see
Okay, well, I mean-
you don't see a trade deal that's happening between like Japan and South Korea. So one of them threatens military action against the other one, or or Germany threatening military action against Italy because they want to have open trade with them. That does not happen in the fucking real world. This only happens in dictatorships. Okay, which again, you're just qualifying that Donald Trump is trying to be a dictator.
Well, he's pursuing our national interests. I mean, he was democratically elected, so I don't know how you can democratically elect a dictator, but okay.
Actually, almost every dictator. I mean, you just said freaking Maduro's government was freaking illegitimate, and he was also elected.
Right, and the reason they said it was illegitimate because most international human rights and election
No, I
observers,
agree that it was
international
illegitimate.
observers said
But-
that the election was not legitimate.
The
That's why I'm
last
saying it's
election, but the
illegitimate.
election before that was.
Oh, okay. So long as one of them was fine, you're okay with it?
That's how all the dictatorships have. Hitler was fucking elected before he became a dictator. Mussolini was elected before he became a dictator. Putin was elected before he became a dictator. Like all of these fucking dictators were elected at one point and then became dictators. That's how it happens.
I see. So the crown prince of Saudi Arabia, he was elected?
No, I do not believe he was.
Right, yeah. So
Sir, again, Kim Jong-un wasn't elected either. I didn't say you couldn't give me an example of a dictator that didn't happen. I'm saying that a majority of them are.
well, I don't understand. I don't even know what we're arguing about anymore because we're talking about all these different countries.
We're
point
arguing
was
over the fact that this is not how countries do business, and you're making the claim that it is.
Yeah. I mean, I think history's full of examples where countries threaten other countries when they don't get what they want. I mean,
yeah.
I mean, if you don't believe
usually-
that, I mean, I would suggest you read a history book. 'Cause
Oh no,
that's been going on for a long time.
Of course it has. Yeah, and then those a lot of times ended up leading to war. Yeah.
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 We're gonna have wars in the future. Believe it or not, we're gonna have
Yeah,
more wars.
we
in the
are.
future.
But see, I'm okay, and I understand that we're gonna have wars, but I prefer that we didn't just start them. Especially from the president who said he was, not going to be in all these wars, was going to be the president of peace, was going to create this peace. He was tired of these forever wars and freaking, regime change wars and all this sort of stuff. He said all of those things, and now he's not doing, any of them, actually.
Yeah. I mean, there's some wars that we could probably do that are probably in our self-interest. Other wars that would probably be doing for the interest of other countries, which you probably shouldn't be involved in.
Well, then I assume you're signing up, right?
Signing up for
war.
Well, I already served. I was in the military a long time ago.
Well, you might as well go back.
I already did my time. Nah, they won't take me. I'm too old for that.
I'm pretty sure they'll take you once we're at war. How old are you?
Maybe. I mean, but you look pretty young.
I'm not the one advocating for war.
Your country.
I'm not the one advocating.
Feel like you should give.
Why? So people like you can say we need to go to war with fucking Greenland in order to advance our self-interest. Why would I do that?
Well, if everybody thought like you, no one would serve, and we'd be defenseless, right?
No, sir. I'd be more than happy to freaking defend our country. I am not in the mood to go into Venezuela or Greenland. See, you're talking about the difference between defense and going and picking wars.
No, I'm talking about just serving. You're saying that you don't want to serve because you don't want to go fight a war that I guess you don't believe in. But if everyone thought like you, then we would be defenseless.
Or maybe we could just fight war. Or maybe we could just fight wars that we believe in.
Who give?
First of all, you have no idea whether I've served or not. Let's be also very clear on that. Second of all, sir,
you've never served.
Okay, that's fine, sir.
I do know. Unless you've lied. Unless you've been lying to people. I've heard you say that you've never served.
I've never said that once on this live.
Oh, okay.
Never.
So you have served.
One time. Okay. But regardless,
so you have served.
Sir.
So you have served in the military.
Sir.
What branch were you in?
Sir.
What branch were you in?
Shh. Thank you. Appreciate you. Okay. That is not the point. Okay.
Well,
which is what I was trying to say.
It is. You're saying that you've served. So what branch have you served?
Sir. What I am saying.
I served in the. All
right, sir.
What branch did you serve in?
Sir. Cool. Can I finish my sentence now?
No. Well, you're suggesting.
All right, I'm going to finish my sentence now. What I'm saying, sir, is I am not advocating for other people's children to be sent off to fucking war. And whether I served or not, or when I served, has nothing to do with that, okay? If you chose to go fight a war, okay, because you believed it, or you joined the military because you wanted to go fight, I very much respect that. Sir, talk again while I'm talking. Thank you. I very, very much support our troops, and I very, very much support our military, and I very, very much think that they do not get paid enough. But I also believe that we shouldn't be sending them off to senseless fucking wars, okay, for no fucking reason. I think our military is here for our fucking defense, to make sure that if we're ever attacked, or if there is, something like another 9/11, where we can not only defend each other, but retaliate to those. That's a big difference. Okay, from us just going to fight a war just to fight a war so that rich oil companies can get more oil. Okay, that is the difference of what I'm talking about. All right.
I was letting you finish. Okay, so what?
No, you weren't. That's why I had to mute you 4 times.
What branch did you serve in? I served in the Marine Corps.
Respond to what I said, or I'm kicking you.
So you don't want to admit that you're not.
All right, cool. We're going to move on to the next caller. Really appreciate it. Y'all, please make sure you guys hit that follow button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. I appreciate you guys. Thank you guys so much. Bake, thank you so much for the $2. Said 10K a day max, 150 50 was White House propaganda. Oh yeah, that was talking about the immigration. Yeah, we definitely, and I even said that, I think, when I was talking to that guy. Yeah, there's no question that we had 10. I think we actually had up to like 15,000 a day migrants coming into the country at a certain point. That's very true. But 150,000 a day is fucking wild. That's absolutely crazy. And Jen, thank you so much for the $5. Said our grandfathers fought and died to fight fascism. MAGA is now openly encouraging it and making it make sense, and apparently encouraging other people to die for fascism too. So, really appreciate you guys. Guys, I never said whether I served or I didn't serve. I just said I know you don't know one way or the other, but it had nothing to do with the conversation. We're talking about the conversation. Again, you guys are very bad at staying on topic. It's very strange. It's very strange. Yeah, the no tread on me crowd has gotten very, very sad. How long have I been on anyway? It feels like forever. I've had a lot of crash out weird callers today. Hello, how are you?
How are you? Hello?
Hello.
Hello? Is this the YouTube live video?
Yeah, there's a really bad
There's a
echo.
really bad.
Oh, right. Yeah, there's just a really bad echo. Do.
Hello.
Hello, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing great. How old are you?
I am 23 years old.
Awesome. Do you still support Trump?
To a point. There's a few key areas that I support.
Like
that
the
I'm sure you
fascism
kind of probably
part
wanna
and the
talk about those.
concentration camps part and the
No, I
felony
don't believe in any of that.
parts and the Jeffrey Epstein part and like all that.
Okay. Well, I'm just here to have a honest, respectful back and forth with
Yeah,
you.
so
and,
am I, sir.
you know,
Yeah, and I just don't know how you're saying that you support some things. So it's just kind of weird to be like, oh, I'm willing to bypass all of those things to just support, like, pick or choose one or two things that I do support. So I could pick out a couple things that freaking, that Nixon did well. I mean, Hitler actually, very much improved the economy of Germany when he took power and lasted for like quite a long time until they started spending too much money on war powers. We can all pick out a certain thing or two that any president has done right. Okay, even a broken clock is right twice a day. I'm asking if you support Donald Trump as a whole within his presidency, and then you have to justify those things.
So can you do that about Trump? What you just said? Pick out things that you support about Trump?
Yeah.
Could you
No,
tell me
that
what
I
they
mean,
are?
that I support about, or that I think that he did well.
Just things that I mean, both or either.
Okay, so I don't support Trump because Trump is a fascist that's putting people in concentration camps and using ISIS as Gestapo to go shoot American citizens. Okay, I don't support that, and there's no little things that he could do that could can make up for that. Okay, like there's nothing that makes up for hiding the Epstein files or or sexually assaulting someone. There's nothing that makes up for those things. Okay, so I don't support Trump. All right. But Operation Warp Speed was just fine. I have no problem with that. Minus the fact that he freaking completely, undercut himself by telling people to, shove ivermectin and disinfectant up their ass or whatever the heck they did after that. There was a freaking, he freaking got rid of plastic paper straws, which I hate, then proved some TSA stuff. I have no problem with any of those things. And there's a few other things, I guess.
Can you tell me what that operation was that you just said there at the first? Because I'm not
Operation
familiar
Warp
with it.
Speed?
Yes.
Yeah, that is where he pushed a lot of fundings into vaccine research for COVID, which helped to develop the COVID vaccine.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, I appreciate that.
Hmm.
So I don't think I'm probably the person that you're going to want to talk to because I don't support everybody as a whole. I don't support anybody as a whole, and I feel like you're looking for people that are diehard. And
No,
I'm not a
I want
diehard
people
guy,
that if they had the chance to vote right now, they would still vote for Donald Trump.
Well, it depends on who the other candidates are, but
Sorry, it could be an Australian Shepherd, and you shouldn't choose Donald Trump.
okay. Yeah, I don't know about that.
I don't know an Australian Shepherd that's stolen $400 million from children with cancer or sexually assaulted someone.
Yeah. Okay. Well, nevertheless, just being completely honest with you, I don't feel like this is going to be productive for either one of us. And
Sounds
I
good, man.
want you to get the people on your show, but thank you again for your time.
Absolutely. Have a good one. I mean, I'm just saying. Does that not click with everybody? Does that not make sense? It's real easy. Y'all, if you guys like support, I really appreciate it. I do have super chats, super stickers. I have the DJ glasses up here. I think this is like the hard one on the gift gallery where I need like 5 of these from like one person or something to light it up. So if anybody wants to do that, that's awesome. If anybody doesn't want to do that, that's totally fine too. But I think I'm trying to clear that. So I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Hello, how are you? Dude, this person full on fell asleep. You hear that? Should I leave him up there for a second? Hello, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing great. How old are you?
I am 31.
Awesome. Do you still support Trump?
I don't, but my whole family does.
You don't, but your whole family does?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, we can't choose our family.
I was just wondering how I combat that.
Yeah. So I've told people many times this is what I do this for, right? He's still snoring, by the way. You can hear him on there. He's still snoring. It's great. This is what these shows do for. I talk to the worst of the worst people, like that guy I had a few callers ago. And if I can talk to them and use, use logic and data to prove them wrong, then you can do the same with your family. If that's something you
My
want to do.
sister's a lawyer, and she's really good at debating, so it's really hard for me to
Tell her to come
debate
on.
her.
I'm pretty good myself.
Yeah, I've tried. She's like, no, I'm not doing that. So, but she also, with the Nicole thing, the woman that got shot, I've been trying to convince her, like, this was not justified, and then she just keeps saying, sending me videos of the one video of the guy, the front video of him getting hit. And I'm like, where is this? He barely got hit, but I don't understand. Is that fake? I don't understand.
No, there's just angles that look like he got hit, and then there's other angles that you can unequivocally see that he didn't.
Okay.
Like
all right.
there's a New York Times analysis, and actually, if you join my Discord, it's actually in the in my Discord in the sources. The Discord's in my link tree in my bio.
Okay.
But if you go in there, there's actually a New York Times analysis of the video where it actually takes all of those videos and like lines them up, right, to match, and so you can see unequivocally he didn't get hit. He got hit as much as Donald Trump got shot in the ear. Yeah, but don't make up anything. But
all right. Well, thank you. I'm so sorry for taking your time. I just wanted to.
Oh no,
see
absolutely.
What you say?
Absolutely. All right,
And
you
you're
have a good one,
awesome.
all right? I appreciate that. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Sarah, thank you so much for the DJ glass. Can we get huge W's in the chat for Sarah with the DJ glasses lighting up? All my gifts are lit up. That's, I've done that, 2 of the last 3 weeks. I'd never done that before. So I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. I finally did it. Big W's in the chat for Sarah for that. Yeah, you can unequivocally see his feet. And you can unequivocally see his feet. Lulu, I'm going to let you go. Have a good night's sleep. You can unequivocally see his feet, and he did not get hit. Yeah, internal bleeding. Dude stubbed his fucking toe. And fucking... dude stubbed his toe and is like, internal... I don't know. If he got internal bleeding, that dude must have some weak organs. He must have been full-on bitch made, because I saw the video. He didn't get hit. He didn't get hit. If he did get hit, it was maybe on the toe. Maybe. But I didn't see it anywhere in there. All right, y'all. If you still support Trump, you guys can call the number that's above. I got time for maybe like one more caller. And we'll keep this thing going. I really appreciate that. I really do appreciate you, Sarah. Thank you so much. Your Truth, thank you so much for the floating heart. Suicidal, thank you so much for the $2. Said you probably thought Obama was amazing. Oh, he was great domestically. He was hit or miss on his foreign policy, but he was great domestically. Shush, thank you so much for the flower. Your Truth, thank you so much for the 6-7. I really appreciate that. Wiz, thank you so much. Hello, how are you?
Hello?
Hi, how are you?
Fine, thanks. Can you hear me?
Yeah, how old are you?
23.
Awesome. Do you still support Trump?
Yes, I do.
What state do you vote in?
What?
What state do you vote in?
What state?
All right, that wasn't a trick question, so I don't believe you. Hello, how are you?
Okay, can you hear me? Yeah, how old are you?
Yo, turn off the live in the background. You're on the live.
Oh, hey. Hi. Sorry.
Hi, how old are you?
I'm 30.
Awesome. Do you still support Trump?
Yes.
Awesome. Why is that?
I love his foreign policy.
Okay. Why?
He's pushing us in a isolationist direction.
Is that a joke?
No.
How's it isolationist to go into Venezuela or Greenland?
I mean, those are forward-reaching plays. I mean, he's establishing spheres of influence.
Sir, you don't need spheres of influence if you're isolationist. Like isolationist means
No,
that
I
that
mean,
that we literally put ourselves on an island in complete isolation. It means we don't get involved in any of your shit. You guys don't get involved in any of our stuff. That's the entire point of isolationism. So if you're doing isolationism, and that includes invading other countries, then that's called imperialism, sir.
yeah. So, he's pushing us in that direction.
Sir,
And
we
we've
bombed
and we've
Iran. We're
we've
about to
we've
freaking where he threatened military action in Iran. We bailed out Argentina's economy. It is literally the exact opposite of isolationist. I wish he would honestly be a little bit more isolationist. We got a bunch of problems in the United States that he's not addressing.
Yeah, he's not gonna um, he's not gonna put us in a Iraq or Afghanistan style situation where you have boots on the ground for 10 years.
I mean, sir, he's already said not ruled out boots on the ground. He said, I'm not afraid to put boots on the ground as Venezuela. He's actually unequivocally said that. He said specifically that he's not afraid to put boots on the ground in Greenland, which would also accomplish the same thing, right? Because in order to keep either of those countries, we would have to have a constant military presence in them. And now he's threatening, to like pretty much do a regime change in Iran. And if you think we're doing that without putting boots on the ground, then I don't think you quite understand the complexities of a situation like Iran.
I mean, but do you think he's gonna have boots on the ground for 10 years after the fact, just like we did in Iraq and Afghanistan?
In order to do a regime change in
I don't
Iran, you would
think
have
so.
to. You would have to.
No, I think the people of Iran would be perfectly happy for us to go in, take out the regime, and then leave.
Yeah, do you know what happens when we do that? Because we've done that in countries too. Yeah, that is literally a breeding ground for terrorism. Right? Because you have competing military factions in the country that all fight over control, right? Usually the one that's just like the craziest fucking wins, which just brings in, like super, heavy, like religious ideologues. Like that's how the Taliban took power, right? And other, in other situations like that, right? So it creates a vacuum for power, which literally makes the country worse than it was before and usually drives them towards terrorism. So no, in order to properly do this, and let me be very clear, Iran fucking sucks. Okay? Like Iran is a bunch of really bad people. The Ayatollah is absolutely fucking horrible. Okay? And fucking, I do not support the things that they're doing and the things they're doing to protest. I think it's absolutely fucking disgusting. Okay. But if we're going there, we'd be going there, right? This is no different than Iraq, right? When we went to Iraq and freaking took out the leaders and then left a vacuum. It'd be the same situation. And look how that turned out.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you. I don't think we should intervene in other countries' affairs.
Yeah, sir. And okay, like that's fine. I don't agree with you, right? Because I'm not an isolationist. But the point of it is that Donald Trump isn't either, right? Like Donald Trump is very far. Like I understand like world trade, right? And needing other countries in order to do business and all sorts of other things. Cooperation, both militarily, helps us to stay safer, right? Like I think that's really important, right? But what Donald Trump is advocating is for imperialism. That's what it's called, right? He's trying to annex territories in order to take their natural resources, and he is specifically involving himself as the world police when it comes to spots like Iran.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to be competing with the Russians in the Arctic for a long time going into the future, and so we're going to end up buying Greenland. I mean, Trump is not going to go to war with the Europeans. That's the last thing he needs right now. He's going to end up buying it from them, or he's going to cut a deal with them where we have a military presence.
We already do.
Well, okay. I mean, essentially he's going to increase our presence there.
We already have a military presence in Greenland, and we already have a deal with Greenland that if we wanted to increase that military presence, we could just do it. We don't need to do any of this shit to increase our military presence in Greenland, right? And Denmark says specifically it's not for sale, right? And they really can't bid. Because here's the crazy part about Greenland. Denmark does not really give a fuck about Greenland. Let's be very, very fucking clear. And I'm sorry, in case you guys are confused on that. Denmark doesn't give a shit about Greenland. Okay? Does not care at all. Greenland was ready to fucking become an independent nation also. Anyways, right? They were already trying to separate from Denmark, okay? But now, okay, like, because of Donald Trump's threats, now they can't back out of it, right? They were going from like a semi-autonomous nation to like in 1979 when they started to gain their separation to go into a completely autonomous nation. That's what they were headed towards, right? But now that Donald Trump is doing all these threats and threatening military action and saying he's going to buy and saying he's going to get it, now Denmark doesn't have the choice but to stand up against him. So if the idea was to get more things from Greenland, this is the exact opposite way that you do it.
Yeah, he's doing it in his in that signature Trump style.
Yep, just like his businesses failing.
Oh man, you know what? You are a smart guy. I will give you that.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I don't consider myself overly smart, but
yeah, I think it's kind of like a double-edged sword. I would prefer that the United States not intervene in other countries' business. And at the same time, Trump is kind of starting us down that road. It's very hard to cut all ties. It's very hard to cut all the ties that bind. But I think we're slowly moving in that direction.
So, like I said, we are doing the opposite of that. Like if Donald Trump wanted to be isolationist right now, he could be. He could just say, Iran's going to do what Iran's going to do. We're not worried about it. And they say Venezuela can do whatever Venezuela's going to do, and we're not going to worry about it. Or Greenland's going to do and whatever they're going to do, and we're not going to worry about it. That would be isolationist. He could do that right now. He could call off the troops in Venezuela, take back anything he said from Iran. He could do it tomorrow and become isolationist. Now, I don't agree with that. I think isolationism is what got us into World War II, right? Because we don't, have all the alliances and all the things that we need. But all right, I don't think it's good, but he could do it whenever. He's choosing not to. He's not isolationist. So if you're looking for an isolationist president, you are in the wrong. You're in the wrong spot, dude. You should abandon Trump immediately.
No, I don't think Trump can be isolationist.
But you said you supported him because he was isolationist.
I support him because he wants to be, and he's pushing us down that road.
How was he pushing us down that road, sir? How was anything I named pushing it down that road?
So Trump, what people can't see through the smoke and mirrors is that Trump goes for the knockout blow. He doesn't want an extended military presence in foreign countries. He goes for the knockout blow like he did with Maduro. And he would love to do the same thing in Iran, but he can't because Iran's a different it's a different beast,
We didn't knock out the Venezuelan regime, right?
Well, they sold Maduro out, and now they're doing business with us, so we kind of did.
Maduro had already offered to do business with us. Maduro, before Trump took him out, already offered to do full business with the oil before they did that. They're actually having a harder time getting what they want now than they would have if they had just freaking kept Maduro in.
He would have, but he he would have kept doing business with China.
Okay. Sir, if you're an isolationist, why do you care?
Care about what?
What Venezuela is doing. Sir, we do business with China. Donald Trump just released our best AI chips in the United States to China. Like some of the best AI chips we have. Stuff they're going to use in their military equipment to create weapons that they could use against us later. All right. Donald Trump just released all of those chip sales to China. We do business with China.
Yeah, I think that's good. I mean, honestly, the way things are going, I mean, did you see the national security strategy paper? I mean, it's part of the MAGA movement. I mean, obviously there are dissenters within the movement, but people like Vance and Colby, they want to totally reshape the American security strategy, and I'm in favor of that. If we keep everyone out of our sphere, we'll let other people do what they want to do.
Okay. So again, that's not isolationism. Okay. That is a really bad interpretation of the Monroe Doctrine. Okay. A real lack of understanding of the Monroe Doctrine. That's all that is. Okay. Is fucking, hemispheric domination. But in order to have that, sir, you have to be the exact opposite of fucking isolationist, right? Because that means you have to have full control over the hemisphere, which would start with fucking Canada. Okay? Like we'd have to attack Canada. Do you think that's a good idea?
No.
Yeah, they're in our hemisphere. So is Mexico. Yeah. We would have to take full control of all activities in the Western Hemisphere, okay? Which actually takes it more from imperialism to quasi-colonialism, right? Like that's all it was. The Monroe Doctrine had to deal with colonialist European nations in coming to colonize Western Hemispheric nations and putting them at our border. That was all that was. It was a doctrine written in the 1800s. Okay, like there's no reason to do any of this stuff we're talking about. Like literally, this is like full on like Honduran fucking banana, or what was it, Guatemalan banana republic shit, dude. That's all this is.
Yeah, I agree with you. The South Korean prime minister said that the United States is now acting like a third world country. Or maybe it was I forget what he said. But yeah, the old world is out the window, I would prefer us not to be the world's policeman. This country has seen enough war.
Okay, then again, sir, I don't know why you're supporting Trump, because we weren't in any wars when Biden was president. So, but anywho, I'm gonna get off the phone now, but I hope you have a good day. All right.
All right. Thanks.
All right.
Man.
Yeah. Francesca, thank you so much for the gifted membership. I really appreciate that. X, thank you so much for the $5. Said caller only wishes to measure yardsticks and has no real arguments. Yeah, that was the guy before. Yeah, for sure. Thank you so much, Sev. Danielle, thank you so much for the $2. Said if he was hit, he would have fallen backwards. Yeah, you mean not fallen forward with his gun pointed down? That's crazy. Suvlaki, thank you so much. Lance, thank you so much. Fly Guy, thank you so much. Too Strong, thank you so much. Patrick, thank you so much. Did I get all of them? Bro, I think I was getting I think I was getting contact. I think I was getting like an actual contact freaking high off of listening to him. My brain works too fast to think that slow. My brain works way too fast to think that slow. Anyways, I think it's time to call tonight. I'm done. I hope you guys have a wonderful night. That was just the end of it. Hope you guys have a wonderful night. Love you guys. I'll see you guys later. Have a great one. How do I do this? I don't know how I do this right now. I'm like, woo. This week, the callers and guests this week have just been draining. Ever since Sunday. Like Sunday was fine when I did that live with Ari. And ever since then, the callers this week have just been draining. Have they not? Just fucking draining, bro. Oh my goodness. All right. I'm going to go, I don't know, watch something that doesn't matter or something. Turn on something that has nothing to do with politics. Love you guys. I'll see you guys tomorrow, okay? Have a wonderful evening, okay? Love you guys. Bye.